The movie begins with Ice Cube being a whole ass weirdo working at the Department of Homeland Security, and he gets paid to stalk people through cameras and listening in on their phone calls. Then Sandra from NASA calls him like, hey, check out all these AI generated videos of strange weather, but I put a NASA logo next to it so it looks legit. Also, Zoom calls do not look this HD. It should be 480p at best. So Ice Cube, who plays a character named Will, cooperates with the FBI and try to take down this hacker named the Disruptor. And at the same time, he's stalking his daughter, as he literally FaceTimes her to shame her for eating a muffin while pregnant, then dude deadass hacks into her fridge to nag her for not eating enough protein.
Bro, who hacks a fridge? What the hell?
And when she tries to continue the conversation, bro just starts ignoring her like, yeah, don't care, love ya, hangs up on her, and then sees that his son downloaded a video game, so he hacks into his computer to delete it.
Such a likable father.
So his son is now pissed and he calls him and they have a back and forth. Get a real job, nerd. Spying on people's a real job? I don't like the disrespect. Do you get bitches? Man, why you gotta make this personal? Then his daughter's boyfriend calls him like, hey pops. Oh, he looks disgusted. And when he gets told they're having a baby shower, bro almost crashes out on his daughter for not telling him. But bro, look at your chat. She asked for help saying please, and you act like a deadbeat, not helping her, then prematurely hanging up on her after stalking and nagging her. It's like, yeah, of course she's not gonna tell you anything. So he hacks into her daughter's chat messages and sees her pretty much gossip that bro's a creep that thinks spying on people is a love language. And then she mentions friend request on Facebook, and I'm like,
Facebook? What is this, 2009? I'm an unk and I don't use Facebook. What kind of Gen Z still uses Facebook? Facebook is for millennials and boomers.
Then Will finds out on Facebook the baby shower was posted 2 days ago, as it's revealed Will's wife has passed away and he constantly plays her old voice messages. Will, stop spending all your money on feet pics.
Now at this point, I'm sure you're thinking, how is this the greatest, worst movie ever? This just looks like a mid-boring movie. But wait, it gets funny.
Like when Will sees footage of some storms and gives the fakest reaction.
Bro, if you're sitting at the comfort of your own office and no one's watching you, who's gonna see a video of some storms and go, bro is the performative male?
And when they go looking for a hacker named Disruptor, meteorites hit the planet while Will keeps performing, and turns out nobody saw it coming because the satellites were down for a few days because of meteors. What?
I guess these are the type of films you just have to go along with even if the plot doesn't make any sense.
Then this happens. Breaking news in the Bomba Clutch Jamaica.
Bro, if that ain't the most fake ass CGI I've ever seen.
Bro, look at this. This just looks ridiculous. Oh.
Mind you, they're advertising this film as a thriller film, but this is just straight up comedy.
His reaction looks like the director told him, hey, I know you don't care, but just pretend like you do. And with more CGI meteorites hitting, Ice Cube makes sure to stay in front of the camera and performs. Then he tries hitting up his daughter on Facebook, cause I'm sure we'd all be on Facebook Messenger when meteorites hit Earth, right?
And it looks like the apocalypse, like the end of the world out there, and you just chill enough and calm enough to just put exclamation point and question marks in your text?
This film's so unserious. And when he texts his daughter's future baby daddy, look what his boss texts him. Where are you? Get on Zoom.
Yes, the world could possibly end, so you need to get on Zoom. The fate of the world rests on your shoulders, so get on Zoom.
Have you seen this?
Bro, your dad is chronically online and stalks people for a living, and you don't think he knows what's going on? You're really gonna ask him, are you seeing this? Boy.
So Cube starts yelling from a screen like that'll make a difference, then this happens.
Oh no, my son could have died.
But fortunately, he's still alive. Damn, I just can't get rid of him. And when the FBI agent calls him, this scene is hilarious. I dropped my Starbucks. So we see aliens arrive on Earth, and Cube keeps reacting to it like it's a YouTube video. But the funniest part is when the aliens attack. Yo, look at the way she's holding the camera.
That would mean she's literally doing this.
Or even with this shot where she's talking to Will on FaceTime, look at how she holds it.
I love how she's trying to get the prettiest shot of her possible. Like, she'll never hold the camera like this because it will expose her double chin. No, she's gonna go, oh, something's wrong. Something's terribly wrong.
No. Oh my god.
Oh my god, people I know are dying. This is terrible. Oh my god.
So aliens are attacking Earth, and when his daughter calls Will, he still be sitting in his chair and just keeps screaming at her going, go!
But it's like, what, you thought she was just gonna sit around and do nothing? Like, of course she's gonna be moving around. Bro's just yapping, he's like,
go! But Faith gets injured in the process, and I know I shouldn't be laughing, but what Ice Cube does next is hilarious. So bro calls 911, thinking somebody's gonna pick up when the whole world is getting attacked, and when he finally gets his ass out to touch some grass, the doors are locked so he sits back down. Then he hacks the building to open the door so he gets out of his chair, but then finding another door that's locked, he sits right back down. down again.
Mr. Performative Male really likes his chair. And at this point, this is where the film just starts going downhill and gets boring.
So Will still wants to help his daughter, so he hacks a Tesla to pick her up. So am I a good dad now or what? You think you're a good dad now? Your ass dropped me twice as a baby. And after seeing more meteorites hit Earth, Cube does a presentation to the president, pretty much telling him to stand on business, and he does, commanding troops to fight back against the aliens. Meanwhile, Ice Cube thinks he's in Kids React, reacting to war like it's a YouTube video. Then his daughter's like, Daddy, help me. Whoa, but I'm good right here. Then we see more ridiculous camera angles from the FBI agent. Now later, his son calls him saying the government is keeping secrets from him and knew about the aliens. I bet your ass think the Earth is flat. It is! So Will ignores his son, seeing him as a wild conspiracy theorist, and later finds out the aliens are drawn to data and wants to eat data as food.
Yeah, whoever made this film made this when they were high. For sure.
So while the boyfriend shows up to take care of her, the larger machines then release small ladybug-sized creatures to eat the data inside these buildings. And apparently this allows the aliens to strengthen their machines and continue attacking people, while the loss of data makes planes unusable, the stock market to plummet, and the film says the Earth's population is now bankrupt?
This film's so dumb.
Then the aliens eat Facebook's data too, so Will loses access to his dead wife's Facebook page.
Look!
But then he sees the Disruptor live stream on YouTube.
Wait, so the aliens ate all the data on Facebook, but they just so happen to leave YouTube alone? So Facebook down, but YouTube's up, even though YouTube has more data than Facebook? This movie's ass!
And while listening to the Disruptor, Will undoes the hacker's voice modifier and finds out his son is the Disruptor.
It's you!
It's you?
So bro could have done that this whole time and found out who the Disruptor was, but decided not to until now? Okay.
Then his son proposes to work together and sends a file exposing the government that they knew about the aliens, as our performative male finds out not only his boss knew about it, but his boss activated Goliath to spark an alien invasion. And Will thinks it's a good idea to confront him about it, so when he does, this dude pretty much confesses he risked everyone's life sparking an alien invasion, all because he wanted to spy on people's Amazon cards.
Man, what kind of villain is that? My brain! Oh, my brain! Ugh!
And because Will confronted him, he loses his job and gets kicked out of the DHS system.
Oh, you so smart!
And with no other choice, Will decides to work with his son and his son's hacker friends to upload a video on YouTube to expose the government. Yes, I repeat, the biggest get back in this film is to make a YouTube video. And did bro title the video, "It's Time Y'all Knew the Truth"? Bro, who's watching that? Ain't nobody gonna watch that. Also, who's gonna be at home chilling watching YouTube when literal aliens are destroying the Earth? But because the movie makes no sense, the video trends on Facebook, Reddit, and Twitter.
But I thought the aliens ate Facebook, so Facebook's still up, and YouTube's up, and Reddit's up, and Twitter's up? Bruh, so are you just telling me the aliens specifically only removed Ice Cube's dead wife's Facebook page, and that's it?
But suddenly, the plan backfires and Will's son and his hacker friend's address gets leaked and the aliens come after them.
As this Asian dies from sunburn, Starfire!
They're saying this movie's a thriller, bro. A thriller. And when Will's son gets attacked by the aliens, this is Ice Cube's reaction, bro.
No, my son! Oh man. No, my son just died. Oh man.
Then he texts in all caps again to show how serious the situation is. And despite Will's house being burned down, his son is still alive because he hid his real IP address.
But they blew up my house.
Why couldn't you say your house is Brian so they can blow his shit up? Anyway, the government now wants to destroy Washington, D.C. to cover up the fact that they triggered the alien invasion, so Will teams up with his daughter, who coincidentally knows how to make a cannibal virus, and they'll combine it with his son's computer virus to defeat the aliens.
Yeah, I'm gonna admit, if Ice Cube was not in this movie, this film would have gotten catastrophic hate. At least Ice Cube made it funny. Without him, this film, like the plot itself, is just absolute dog shit.
And what happens next in this dumbass plot, it's basically a huge commercial for Amazon using Amazon products to save the world. So yeah, the whole point of this film was to promote Amazon. And bro thinks he's in a Japanese anime, getting attacked by Tentacle-san, as he uses the USB stick from Amazon to say that it was Amazon that saved humanity and beat the aliens.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when I was watching this film, if it wasn't a funny scene, the amount of times I just dozed off and got distracted was insane, because it's just so boring.
Then Will tries to be a good dad to his kids by sending photos he took without their consent. Totally not creepy at all and super wholesome. Yay! Then Joe Rogan tweets about Will and he gets offered a job by the government, but he says, "I'm done watching us, I'll be watching you guys," and the movie ends.
And so obviously, this film is terrible because of the plot and it's just one big commercial for Amazon. Like, we know that. This is a terrible movie, and I've watched Terrible, terrible movies. Now, the worst film I've ever watched was Dragon Ball Evolution. I literally watched it in theaters. Like, I went with my entire family, and 17 Again, the movie, came out around the same time. So my sister and my mom went to go see that. And in my head, I'm just like, psh, who wants to watch a movie about a grown-ass man being a high schooler again? Like, that's dumb. You know what's not dumb and cool? Dragon Ball Evolution. That's cool. And I went there with my dad. We watched the movie. And by the end, let me tell you, I never watched anything to do with Dragon Ball ever again. Like, I just, even though it's got nothing to do with the actual animation, I just completely put off by it. It was the worst film ever. I felt scammed. I felt screwed over. I felt bamboozled. I felt like I wasted hours of my life that I'll never get back. And you know what's even worse? 17 Again Digital came out like a couple months later. I watched that. And it was actually good. So I was just like I could have been watching that and I watched Dragon Ball Evolution, bro. So with that being said, compared to Dragon Ball Evolution, this film is not as bad. Like, at least this film was funny. Like, this film came across as like they tried really hard to make it like super serious and a thriller, but it just came across as unserious and funny. And there are actual iconic memes that came out of this film. So as a bad movie itself, that's why I would say it's the greatest bad movie of all time. Like, an argument can be made because iconic memes and funny moments actually came out of it, even if that was not their intention. Whereas Dragon Ball Evolution, bro, that was just trash bad. That would piss you off bad. Like, it was that kind of movie bad. But yeah, that's my take on it. Curious to know yours, so comment your thoughts down below. And to my core viewers who consistently watch my videos, man, I just want to say I appreciate y'all so much. Like, thank you. And I know that maybe this video and the last one, you might not have liked it because it's a non-animated film, but I'll always just try to make them better. And for the next video for sure, all I'm gonna say is for the next video, I think you're gonna like it. Appreciate y'all watching. It's been your boy KC, and yeah, till next time.